I am going to show you what I did with the rest of the paper after I made this cinch bound mini album and this binder ring mini album. Now I do have videos on my channel with walkthroughs and tutorials and whatnot showing you how I use these mini albums. Now I used the 6x8 paper pad from Simple Stories called Summer Snapshots. I actually had 3 of these paper pads and I've used everything including the backing on 2 of these. I used the backing on that cinch bound mini album, but I had some scraps left over and I want to show you what I made with them. Now I know you guys have seen before these little notebooks that we've all been doing to use our stash. Well, this time I used the cinch to bind it at the top. I had some of these paper pads that came from the Dollar Tree. They were just notepads, and I just tore them apart and added some covers and bound it with a cinch. And there is a quick and easy project, and it's nice and colorful. Look at all the fun colors. So these measure, in case you want to make your own, you just get a piece of chipboard. I used some scrap chipboard, by the way. That was 3 5/8 by 5 1/4, and that is because the paper, these were 3 1/2 by 5. Of course, I just made it a little bit bigger than the size of the pads. And I covered the chipboard, and I didn't add anything to the inside. I mean, a couple of stickers here and there, but I just made it a quick and easy notepad. I also used some cinch rings that I had left over as well. So this one I took a cut apart and just rounded it on the bottom, added it onto some cardstock, used some glossy accents just on one of the popsicles to make it stand out. I thought those were fun. This one I added, this was a cut apart. I added some flowers that were in my stash. This bee, I added some glossy accents and some Nouveau crystal drops onto the wings of the bee. I thought that was pretty too. And just an enamel dot heart. I added glossy accents onto the little bug there, and some Nouveau drops into that flower. And it says, "This is the life." And like I said, I didn't really add anything else but the paper pads. This one, it just says, "You're one in a melon." And I added some glossy accents onto the seeds. I don't know if you could see, maybe a little of the melon, and some enamel dots to the top. And that's pretty much it. Now, I still had some paper left over, but I didn't have any notepads left over. So I used, I had this kind of notebook left over, and I just cut it down and added it into these cinch bound albums. Now I did use some dimensional adhesive to pop this stuff up here. I just thought it would be fun. So these are fun things. It says summer, it's got the bucket, it's got the bee and the sunglasses. I added the glossy accents to that. So I still had some scraps, and I decided to make some tags, and I'm going to show you them to you. So there is a farm stand opening up where I am staying right now, and I thought, you know what, I'll just make these tags and she can give them out to her customers. So I printed out that thing that says "Welcome to our farm stand," but I used up scraps for the rest of it. Now I cut the scraps to 2 inches by whatever size scrap it was, and then cut cardstock to 2 1/4 by whatever size it was. And then I added whatever bits and pieces I could have that I found. I stacked it on top. Some of the bottoms I put a banner, some I just cut at an angle, some I just rounded. So it was a great way of using up all those little extra bits and pieces, things I had fussy cut and hadn't used, and was able to use all of my scraps. So besides today's video, I have other videos showing you different things I made with the Summer Snapshots collection. Total, I had 3 paper pads. and some ephemera and die cuts and journal bits and whatnot. And I was able to make 2 mini albums, 6 notebooks, 30 assorted tags, and I don't have anything left in my stash. These are available to see on my channel in different videos. That is what I wanted to show you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.